that Angie and Professor Ye Jingyi, Vice Chairman of University Council, Peking University, and Professor Angelina Yuan, Vice President for Institutional Advancement and Partnership of the Hong Kong Polytechnic University, to give us a concluding remark for the summit this year. May we first of all invite Professor Ye. Professor Ye, if you are ready, 我们请你来。好。Let's welcome Professor Ye.
好，各位同仁，各位朋友
Dear colleagues, dear friends, I'm extremely happy and also very grateful for the opportunity presented to me by Professor Yuan to give me another chance at the closing of today's meeting to share with you my feelings and my thoughts after the summit today. So really from this morning till this afternoon, we have heard from our colleagues from 15 universities around the globe to share with us their experience, their opinions, etc. We have all been through a brainstorm. I could also see that why the summit is a great success and why it is so meaningful. As a participant and spokesperson of this summit, I have also participated in the discussion. But even more, I'm here as a listener to carefully listen and study from your presentations. Here, I would like to briefly mention 3 thoughts I had. First, I would again like to thank PolyU to co-organize this summit. This summit has given an opportunity to bring our colleagues from around the world together in this room to enhance cooperation and communication, to learn from each other. All of this is very meaningful for us to lay a foundation for our further work together. I believe all of you have felt the same as me. This whole summit has been organized in a very orderly fashion. I believe all of this is thanks to the efforts put in by Mr. Timothy Tong and Ms. Angelina Yuan. I would like to express my gratitude towards their hard work. Second, the speeches given at the summit today can reflect, although our histories are different, our sizes are different, focus on researches are different. However, all the universities have placed utmost importance on university social responsibility and to educate graduates with a sense of social responsibility. All the universities also have a consensus on the direction going forward, similar as what has expressed by Professor Yan, Vice Chairman of the Standing Committee of the NPCC. The more the economy develops in the country, the more it reflects the importance of a university in the current context. Higher education faces many challenges.
So we can say that university showed a great responsibility and great mission. So we need to work together and to have more in-depth interaction and communication. Today, in the morning and the afternoon, we have 3 plenary forums. We have discussed multiple disciplines, such as that how we going to initiate more participation from faculties, and how we could enhance the training of the capability of our faculty, and also the challenge and the difficulties to carry out all this service learning, and then also the social responsibility, as well as I just heard the the concern from Dr. McBride that we need to know that we can have service learning, we can have social responsibility, at the same time that truly target at the need of the community. And that can truly be a collaboration between the community and also ourselves, and not just a charity service work. At the end, I also want to say that I particularly hope that today it is a new beginning. This is an international open platform. So all of us together, work together, we can bridge the differences, and also that we can enhance the capacity of our work, and then also to speed up more of the work that we can do for the communities in the world, and so to develop and to help the development of mankind all over the world. And at the end, we also hope that with universities such as PolyU and also Stanford University, they have already started their work many years ago. They have cumulative database and they have the aggregate work experience, so they can share these kind of resources with us and their experience with us to help us to create a more meaningful work and to help us to channel our workforce and with a more appropriate way. I am sure that we can create more collaboration, more projects that can help our students to work together and so create a brighter tomorrow. I will definitely work towards that goal. Thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Ye. Your great conclusion. And now may we have Professor Angelina Yuan, Vice President from the Hong Kong Polytechnic University.
I want to speak from my heart. And thank you for staying until 6 o'clock. And I really appreciate it because I can see the enthusiasm. And I personally have learned so much from all of you. I think it has been a wonderful seminar that all of us gathered together, and I can see that all of us are sharing, listening, and we're thinking, and we are planning, what are we going to do in future? Because there are so much bright ideas, so much inspiration, and so much sharing, and you can see the sincerity of the speakers when they share their speeches. So I really thank everybody for staying until the end and for sharing their thoughts with us. And I think I only spent 5 minutes. And I think when we think of the first summit, which was held 2 years ago, and it was just a small beginning. That was a pilot. I remember we started with the summit, and we had just a simple idea, because Madam Yan, Yan Junqi, and she had a good discussion with our president, President Tong, and they said that why don't we do something to help universities in China, in the region, to think of social responsibility, to do more in this direction, because we believe that universities can play a pivotal role in the development of society. We believe that we as educators, we as academics, we have a role to play to change the world. As just Professor Ibbotson was saying, universities have such a role to play in the world, and we are here to change and make a difference. So it was just starting from a conversation that we initiated the first summit on university social responsibility. And after that, we have such a good response, because many universities, many friends from around the world say, hey, why don't we continue with this effort and make it something sustainable? Why don't we get together and form a partnership so that we can impact on the world around us? There are so much problems and issues that we would like to help to make a difference. And with one university or a few universities, we cannot do so. But with a cluster of universities, I'm sure we can do something, at least something, that can make a difference. So that was the reason why we gathered together and we want to form this, we have to organize this summit. And now we have a vision that we would like to develop a partnership, maybe a consortium, so that these universities can start steering such a movement. And I think this is the beginning of a movement. We want to change the world, and I'm sure we can do so if we work together. And today, you can see that we have 3 sessions. And in session 1, we started with the topic of nurturing students. And we would like to know what are the universities, different universities are doing in nurturing our students to become socially responsible citizens. And we have listened to many stories, many cases on how different universities have tried their very best to nurture students to be responsible citizens. We have heard from Peking University, heard from Beijing Normal University, from Tufts University, from Poly University, from New South Wales University on the different ways that they have used in nurturing students as socially responsible citizens. In session 2, we talk about different strategies that have been adopted by different universities. And there are so many innovative measures that have been done as an institution. You can see that, for example, University of Manchester, Sichuan University, Kyoto University, NUS, etc. And what they have done to motivate the whole university, to organize the effort around the whole university to make a difference to the community or in the country that they are located. And then in session 3, just now, we have explored on the topic of universities or higher education as a catalyst for social change. And we do believe that universities can steer changes. And this is our role in the past, in the present, and in the future. And we do believe that universities can become catalysts for social change and social development. And that is our role. And we hope that in future we can work together. And actually tomorrow, the 15 universities that are shown on this, and we will be gathering together and we will be discussing what we can do in future. We are hoping to start a partnership, but as Professor Ye has just said, this is not a closed partnership. It is going to be an open partnership. And we are going to start something, but we are going to invite other universities to join us. And we will be sharing our experience. We'll be sharing our resources. For example, some of us might be doing more in the area of service learning. We can open our opportunities to students from other universities as well. For example, some universities might have a lot of experience already gathered in terms of staff development, in terms of training, in terms of how are you going to build up the capacity of your students or your staff. And these can be shared. And we have a lot of experiences in doing applied research, for example, and how are we going to gather together and to do something that can impact on the world. As Professor Ibbotson just talked about, maybe we can gather together to do something like air pollution, like regional atmospheric change, etc. There are a lot of things that we can do together, not just on the student level, but also on research level and on policy level. So there are a lot of things to do. And I'm sure this is the beginning of a dream. And this dream, we can do it together. Let's work together and make the dream our reality. And the dream is not a personal dream. It's not for our own advantage. And I think the dream is that universities and we as part of the university can work together to make a difference to the world that we live in. And I'm sure after a few years when we come come back again. I'm sure we can have lots more stories to share. And let's work together. And thank you once again for coming to this summit. And I would like to thank our supporter, Roy, the Jason Foundation and the Wolfo Foundation for supporting us. And Roy has been a keen supporter of us, and we hope that he and other foundations can continue to support us, and we can work together. The government, universities, and the enterprises, the companies, businesses can work together and to make a difference. So thank you once again for coming, and then let us work together to make the world a better world. Thank you.